month of February. Oh, I'm unmuted. That's great. I'm just going to redo it again. Welcome to ATR's War, Bedlam Media's premier wrestling podcast covering AEW to WWE. I'm Sam the SLB, future governor of NXT, co-host of ATR's War and ATR Rising Sun, and alongside me today is the man behind X Wrestling's Nostradamus, Scott.
I panicked a little bit because I was like, he's talking. We were talking just fine to the backstage. What's going on?
I said, uh-oh.
But unlike Darby Allin's Uber driver, we're not going to leave you out in the cold in the middle of the highway. We're here to talk about some wrestling tonight. So we got plenty to talk about. We got some Elimination Chamber. We got some other news. It's going to be a good, fun live time. So please join us.
Also join us once again, the conscripted vagabond, the man with all the stats, John the Stat Man.
We're here faster than Vince McMahon on the Merritt Parkway, everybody.
Is that where he was driving when that happened?
Yes.
That's a nightmare part of Connecticut right there.
Mm-hmm. He was doing over 100 miles an hour on that.
I get nervous if I'm riding a horse down that highway. Never mind a vehicle. So, guys, this is our live show, February 2026 live stream. A lot to talk about. In the meantime, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. Also join our Discord this weekend. And this is not a pick show, guys. It is Elimination Chamber. That will be a focal point. We're obviously going to talk about the topics we had mentioned above. We're going to be talking about some Hall of Fame announcements. But also I heard that Scott had some things we're going to talk about to kick us off.
Well, it depends on. We had a few topics. So which one are we referring to?
Oh, the one with the cards.
Oh, that's right. So last podcast when we talked about doing card openings and stuff like that, I had ordered something that for the first time since like 2021. It's been a while since I've been able to get my hands on some. I know. Every time we have to do that. I was finally able to get my hands on some AEW cards. So I've had both WWE stuff and the old WCW packs that I had a long time ago. So we'll be doing a video of some sort, whether it's going to be a short, whether it's going to be its own little standalone episode. We'll figure all that out. But I figure with this one's a booster pack from 2025, so it's actually relatively new, so that's always good. 4 packs per this, and there are 12 cards per pack. So I was gonna wait, but you know what? Let's open this bad boy up.
Ooh, surprise! Ooh.
Yeah. See what we get. See if we get any duplicates.
Let me talk to you.
Yeah.
There we go. That's better.
I too was confused, John, because I'm like, wait a minute, his house is backwards.
I was like, the pictures and here the wording is backwards. I'm like, I gotta fix it.
So this is the type of stuff I like. It's nice thick pack. So let's see who we get right off the bat.
Hope you
I'll save the other 3 packs for
a Swerve Strickland one.
What is the year on that pack?
This is 2025. So this is just last year.
Yeah. What he said on Dynamite last night was pretty funny.
I was looking. They had a whole bunch of ones from like 21 and 22 and stuff like that. So I was like, you know what? Let's find the 25. It wasn't super expensive, so that was always a plus. I was looking at like the WWE ones that they have out for this year and for last year. We're talking like over $100. I'm like, no, sorry. I love my wrestling cards, but I'm not spending that much for that. No, I'm gonna wait for that to come down, or if I can find a chance to get a hold of a box and buy it outright, that'll be great. So our first one is Anna Jay.
All right,
it's a nice one. So there's supposed to be some special cards in these as well. These are some.
What are you doing here?
Huh?
You're like, there's supposed to be some special cards. Oh, somebody's sneaking in some WWE talent in here. What's going on?
Well, speaking of, Sam, what a great segue. Ray Phoenix and Fenta.
Uh-oh.
That was perfect timing, sir. And then speaking of another WWE-esque person right now, Buddy Matthews. Abaddon, which I believe she just made her return to ROH recently. So I don't know if she's back with the company or if that was just a one-off. Shibata. Nice.
Shapoopy. All right.
Let's see. I actually don't know who this is. It's Arcady Aura. I don't know if she's ROH or I don't know.
I've never heard of her.
I don't know. It's
Interesting.
let's see. Let's.
Ethan, where you at?
I'm gonna check the AEW roster. Hold on. What was her name again?
Her name was Arcady Aura. It's ARKADY and then AURA.
I have never heard that name in my life.
Yeah, me neither. So I was like, wait a minute. So I guess she made her first appearance on Rampage in 2024.
No, she is not on the AEW roster page.
Let's see. So it looks like, oh, she's the in-ring announcer now. That's who it is.
Okay.
That's who it is.
Interesting.
Okay.
I didn't realize that they were dropping those.
Right? But hey, that's still pretty cool. All right, so one of the special cards, this is a Dazzler card, and it's Austin Gunn. It's pretty cool. I like the card design.
I was confused. You said Dazzler. I'm like, what does Marvel have to do with this?
I'm waiting for Scott to get a really obscure one.
I know, right? Got a Pac card before the haircut.
Which
Like
injury
that.
was that after?
Right. Or which visa problem was that before or after?
Like Anthony Ogogo or something.
Right.
So
So here's
governor.
here's Sam's favorite theme song of AEW. Mercedes.
Oh. Do you see that she has this text messaging thing that people could pay $99.99 for to text with her?
with her. Yeah.
Which I think it's a bunch of crap. I think it's just AI.
How many people are buying it though? That's my question.
That's the thing. Like I'd love to see the numbers on that. Like,
my God.
I mean, people could spend their adult money however they want, but to spend $100 a month to text with Mercedes, that's far beyond too rich for my blood. Thanks.
That's simp territory for me. That's no thanks.
One of John's favorites, Takeshita.
Oh, take a shit. Yeah.
Let's see. Well, we got 2 AEWs and 1 WWE. We got trios. The House of Black.
All right.
And then our last one. Yes. Mr. WCW, Mr. TNA, Mr. What was it? GCW. Was that the other one? Mr. Jeff Jarrett himself.
Oh, all right.
Slapnuts.
That's right. Mr. Slapnuts himself. But yeah, so that was a pretty decent pack opening. Nothing super huge, but look forward to more of those down the road. I do have my other stuff with me as well, so maybe a little later on we'll open up another pack.
All right. So something that I was just looking at, obviously I had a couple of topics we want to talk about. The one that actually is non-wrestling related, but we know why we're about to talk about it, is about the Warner Brothers deal. Huge update. Obviously, for those of you who don't know, Paramount had countered a bid after being rejected on their first bid after Netflix and Warner Brothers had signed a deal, if you will. They had kind of locked something in. Paramount said, well, this is a superior bid, so Netflix match. And Netflix actually has come back, and John, we were talking about this just before, and declined to raise the bid for Warner Brothers Discovery assets.
Yeah, which was surprising because it seemed like a done deal way back months ago, but I think Paramount was just relentless. They wouldn't take no for an answer. It was like an ex like constantly like texting you, like they would just not stop. It just Netflix was like, no, all right, we don't got anything more. to add here.
So the takeaways on this one here. This is from a CNBC article. Key points at the beginning of the article. Netflix declined to raise the bid for Warner Brothers Discovery, as we mentioned. On Thursday, Warner Brothers board said it valued Paramount's 31 per share offer to be superior to an existing deal with Netflix. Paramount agreed to pay the $2.8 billion breakup fee that WB would owe Netflix if that deal did not go through.
Damn.
And then
Wow.
Netflix stock spiked in extended trading while Warner Brothers shares fell. The latter, whatever, take as you will. They also have 4 days to match, and I wouldn't be surprised if another company. Okay, let me clarify. I don't know if another company is going to match it, but another company could come in. If I'm being honest with you guys, I don't think I've ever seen this in my life, where a big deal came through and it was like locked in like this, and then
somebody swept in. Yeah,
not just sneaks in, but offers twice, and on the second one they go, yeah, actually we like that.
Did they call it like a hostile? Not a hostile takeover, but there's another.
I remember how like against it, like a notable director, Christopher Nolan, was to the deal. He was outright like, this is not okay. Like this will really damage like, the movie industry.
It's true. I mean, if you keep combining everything, then it turns into the monopoly that everybody was upset about way back when. So,
I think the safety here is that Warner Brothers and Paramount are two of the big five that go back over 100 years.
Yeah.
So even though there's a Paramount Plus streaming service, I mean, Paramount is a production company.
Yep.
They've been in the business forever. Netflix, if I'm going to be fully transparent, outside of a couple of things, I feel like their purchase content list and their original content has pretty much been crap across the board.
I won't argue with you there.
I would say the TV shows I'd give a little more leeway, but their movies are just awful. Like, regardless.
Yeah, the last good movie I watched, Frankenstein was pretty good. The most recent one in November. But other than that,
who did that though? Who's the director?
Guillermo del Toro did that.
So I mean, that doesn't even count as a Netflix movie in my eyes. He wasn't just. Yeah, I'm pro, and we were just talking about this. I'm pro silver screen. I'm pro going to the movies. Physical copies and whatnot. So I would say, even though it's another big company purchasing another big company, I still see this as a win as the traditional production companies keep and hold. AI aside, we haven't even talked about that part, but AI aside.
I know that's another lovely thing with a lot of companies just shoving that down our throats with AI. It's just like, enough. Please.
Yeah, they won. Paramount won. I guess they would, like I said, they would not stop.
Yep. So, what does this mean? We don't know. I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that puts it in. We were kind of concerned because Netflix had Raw. Paramount does have UFC.
Yes, that's a big one. Yeah, Paramount has UFC. Yep.
So I don't know where we go from here.
Yeah, because I know, like I think we talked about. I don't know if we talked about this on the show or right before we got on, but like with the division that they were originally going to do, if that still goes through, then AEW might still be on another streaming platform outside of Paramount Plus. So we'll see.
However, I think it's a little easy. Knock on wood here. Because yes, they have UFC, they do not have a WWE product on there.
Correct.
I think it might be there's a more reasonable way to see Paramount.
Yeah. Either way, AEW has to deal with a TKO entity.
True.
Yeah.
or get TKO'd.
Yeah, that too.
Oh, actually, we got a chat, guys. So follow us in the chat.
Chat's been blowing up a little bit. It's been pretty good. I believe this is
Well,
the mysterious Mark that we talk
the
about.
usual
Yes.
suspects.
Yeah. Well, no, this is
Oh, okay.
we've been chit chatting with Mark outside of things, and he was able to join us tonight. So, Mark, thank you as always for watching the show and for being able to show up. So he's asking about the AEW card pack that I just opened. If there was an MJF coin, but unfortunately in this one there was not. So I will keep my eye on that the next time I go out and take a look and see what else I can find for AEW stuff. Finding it in the wild is extremely difficult, but going online, I was able to snag this box. And Mark also was able to tell us that she was the ring announcer, so that's always good. Thank you for that as well. Let's see. We have a question about Elimination Chamber, but I will save it until we get to that. And another friend of mine, Christopher, thank you, as always, talking about if they were going to break off to another company. Let's see. Yeah. TBS, TNT, CNN going to break off into another company if it went Netflix. So that could still happen. That is very true. We don't know.
Yeah, so that's a big they're in an interesting spot. Regardless, AEW is in an interesting spot. So we will be keeping an eye on this. It's been like the most non-wrestling topic that we've talked about. So one of the reasons Scott and I started the product had to do with having multiple shows. So it would be weird for us to go back to just covering WWE and TNA and AAA. So, anywho, all right, let's talk about the big news from Raw on Monday. AJ Styles was informed by The Undertaker that he will be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame this year. I was kind of shocked on this because WWE has a tendency of keeping all their big folks one at a time.
Yep.
They kind of like fizzle them down. It's like, all right, you got somebody big, and then we have somebody who's like a mid card. You got your woman. You might have somebody who's been retired or like practically in the grave, if not in the grave.
Right.
Like nice, rightfully so. So this one interests me because AJ Styles, I think, would be a great head of the class. The problem is that also Stephanie McMahon is getting inducted.
Yeah. It's kind of tough, at least from like a wrestling standpoint. Obviously, you would probably put AJ above Steph in, for like top of the class. But honestly, having both of them be top of the class I think is more than enough. Stephanie's done plenty in the business. So she obviously more than well deserved for her to get in as well. But going back to the actual announcement, I don't know if either of you watched the actual clip of it afterwards, but the way Taker started it, you could see AJ, his mind going, because Taker said, we have unfinished business. And they just like, wait a minute, no. What are you talking about? We're not doing this again.
No, we had that COVID match. No, we're done. Exactly. Yeah.
So that was a nice surprise. Like he seemed genuinely surprised, and it was kind of emotional to watch. But we're losing. God, I mean, obviously he retired, so it's like you lose Cena, you lose him, you lose oh my God, for New Japan. Oh my God, I had it in my brain and it just disappeared. Ethan's gonna kill me, so oh God.
Usual suspects.
The usual suspect has arrived in the chat, so we will not be talking about that. But yeah, it's like it's weird seeing all these people that I've watched wrestling for 20 years and 20 plus years, and they're all retiring. So it's like, stop making me feel so goddamn old, people, please.
Yeah. This is my thoughts, and I don't know if you guys want to. What I'm getting at. So the Hall of Fame ceremonies, I think they're great. I think they always pick solid choices. However, now you got two people who are still relatively. I'll use post prime. We'll say that they're not like old,
Mhm.
but they're like, all right, you're on your sunset years. Like I don't see you going. Even if they were to go, they wouldn't go too much longer. I feel like you now need to have this stacked. This Hall of Fame can't just have these two powerhouses for the past 20, 25 years. And then we're going to throw in someone who was in the territories back in 1946.
Right. Yep.
Like, I'm going to make a hell, for example, I would even say John Cena. Let's make the argument. Like, that's how big you got to go. You got to be like, all right, if we're going to do Stephanie, we're going to do AJ. We need somebody like John Cena, if not John Cena. Some people who are that close, who still have that kind of star power, who the current, generation is watching, is excited for.
Yep.
Because that's one of the things I've been to two now, where you have somebody big, whether they start or finish. Actually, I'll use the one in Philly, for example. We started with Paul Heyman, big and huge, and that was awesome. And then it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Until the last one, when they curved it into the WrestleMania main event. But at that point, it was already like 1:15.
Oh my god!
In the morning.
It's so late.
So it's like, oh my god, I'm so tired.
Mm-hmm. So, hell, you know what? I don't know who's making these decisions. But to put this in the ether, I think it would be funny for TKO to go, all right, if Stephanie's going in, Chyna's going in.
I mean, she should go in as, by herself. Obviously, she went in with DX, but she definitely deserves to have her own spot by herself.
I was saying in the chat the other day, I was like, when is Batista's time coming? Like, I know that. I know that
was give him what he wants.
Yeah, yeah. I know that was the plan at one point, and then it kind of fell apart. But the man, he can skip one bad movie and go do the Hall of Fame.
Right? Were they supposed to have him? I think Ethan might have mentioned this before. I think he was supposed to do something during COVID when they did the COVID one, and then he backed out and said, we'll do it at a later date. But yeah, he's definitely a shoo-in at some point. Obviously, The Rock as well is another one down the road. Cena, whenever they decide. But I feel like The Rock, Cena, and probably even Batista are going to be their own headliners. They're not going to have anybody else huge that's going to be in the Hall of Fame class with them, because they were, pillars of their times in wrestling. So they should have their own. I mean, take a step back. You probably could do Cena and Batista at the same time, and then they could probably have a match and fall out of the ring at the same time, like it's the Rumble again. But that's beside the point. We'll have to have Vince come back and blow out his quads, because we gotta stay with it.
Or if you want to add to that, they wait till Randy retires, so you get the three of them.
There you go. That's true. It's the OVW class, and you can throw Brock in there as well, because they're going to throw him in there too. So there you go. If
you had those three the same night, you don't need anybody else.
You're right. That's true. Yeah. That's true. They could talk for 30 minutes each and just let them go. That would be actually. I like that idea. Just have those three for that year and just go. I think that would be cool.
I don't know about. I feel like they're running out of people to put in the Hall of Fame. Kind of.
All right. John, I don't know if you've been in this conversation with Scott and I, so we're gonna lay this down right now. I think people who get inducted, first of all, need to be retired. Mm-hmm. So like Rey Mysterio, as great as he is, shouldn't be there.
Like the NFL, where you have to be retired
for 5 years.
5 years, yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep.
5 years. The one that came to mind is the was it the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame's another one.
Yep.
Where so many years after your debut, not that long, obviously, because most of them will be dead by then. But if you went by 5 years, And good. I'm glad AJ's going in. He's at least retired. I think that's a big step there.
Yeah.
But again, like Rey Mysterio, there's been like one or two others who they're just still wrestling. And you're like, why are you a Hall of Fame individual if you're still going full time?
I heard Paul Heyman initially didn't want to be in the Hall of Fame since he's still active, but he kind of said like the stars aligned because it was in Philadelphia and ECW and all that. So he's like, so he kind of couldn't say no.
Yeah.
Although otherwise he probably wouldn't have done it.
Right.
Commentary, announcers, managers, I think are a little different. Because yes, even though Paul Heyman is still full time, he's still a writer, producer, whatever. He's still an on-screen character. He's not like active. That's like, for example, again, I'm going to use this example, and you can argue with me, tell me I'm wrong, tell me I'm an idiot. But like, if Bill Belichick got into the Football Hall of Fame and he's like, I'm just going to go still coach again, I'm going to go coach, I don't know, Miami,
North Carolina, like he currently is.
You're going to go coach still? Cool. Awesome. You're not like actively playing. Like,
yeah.
I feel like the athletes themselves, because of the amount of stress they put on their bodies, when they retire, they're done. That's it. It's kaput, unless you're Ric Flair.
Or Phillip Rivers in the NFL.
Yeah.
But that's kind of our thoughts. Like, all right, 5 years, you must be retired if you're an athlete. You can figure something out with everyone else.
I think maybe 5 years is in wrestling. It's too long, but I would say
I agree. Yeah, maybe
you'd be retired if a wrestler's retired for like a year. Then I feel like that's like that's a good enough like time period.
Yeah. And then speaking of AJ, like I did see something that he, even though yes, he's actually retired from the ring. Like he went on a podcast and he was saying that this is not a thing. They're not doing this because they don't want him to go to AEW or stuff like that. He's done. He's still going to be working with WWE, but he wants to help train the future stars. Yep. So obviously he'll be at the Performance Center, I'm sure a lot. So probably be one of the head coaches at some point. So that's huge news for any of the new talent that's coming in. I also heard that WWE is starting to shift again. They're going away from the NIL and going more towards the indies again. So I'm sure that's going to upset a lot of people because now their indie stars are going to disappear again. But I feel like you have to go through that change because if you just strictly go just NIL, then you have all these indie stars that, yes, if they don't want to go to AEW, where else are they going to want to go to be big? So,
yeah,
talent is undeniable. You have to at least bring them in for some type of some type of tryout.
I'm looking at one of Mark's comments here. I mean, yes, I understand, Mark. If you want to bring up the last one on my screen. All right. I mean, it's random anyway. They can make whatever rules they want for the Hall of Fame. Yes, I understand that. But logically speaking, this is what I think we would all prefer. And I know, Mark, you would be the same thing. Even TNA. I mean, TNA doesn't really have any rules, but they choose... I got to close this chat. Some people coming up.
Getting out of control.
Yeah, I mean, even TNA, they do 1 a year. 1 a year. They have so many people that get put in there. But they're like, drop, like one at a time. And that's cool. That's fine. It makes it really feel prestigious. AEW, when the time comes, if they do, who knows? Hopefully, they do something, maybe a couple guys, a few guys. You don't need everybody in there. You don't need, I don't know, everybody. I know Tony Khan would have like a 30-man Hall of Fame every year. The
night of the Hall of Fame, he'll add 18 more people to get put in because
we get the pre-show. We get the pre-show Hall of Fame.
The pre-Hall of Fame show. Yeah.
Just look at the AEW roster. There's an endless amount of people to choose from.
So,
this is funny too. He's not wrong. It's true.
Yep.
Yeah. So, Yeah, for AJ, I mean, going back to what you were talking about there, yeah, he's retired. There's no, I think there are some people in this, I don't want to say some people. I feel like when talent says they're retiring, they're retiring. That's it. I mean, I say that, but then the Eagles have come back a million times. But I feel like with wrestling, somebody like AJ, as old as he is, and has great of a talent he is, he's probably done. He's just like, I'm done. And he said
Yeah,
this a long time ago. He said he wants to spend more time with his kids.
Yep. Yeah. He's like he said it in the interview. He's 48. His neck hurts him a lot, and he's just like he's beat up. So it's like I just want to be home. And he said it during his Raw farewell that he's done a lot of things, but one of the main things he hasn't done has been a full-time father. So now that's what he wants to do.
I think
I love that.
We might have talked about this prior. There was an interview he was on where I guess his daughter was talking to one of her friends, and the friend goes, "Oh yeah, your dad's AJ Styles. That must really be really cool." And the daughter's like, "Yeah, well, you get to see your dad every day."
Yeah.
Not really a dig at him, but also kind of like, that's cool. My dad does all these cool things, but I don't get to see him.
Right.
Especially with the WWE schedule.
Right.
And that goes back to my speech about, I think AEW, if you went there, not for wrestling, but writing, producing, it would be beneficial for the family life.
Yep.
All right. Are we good there? Are we good booking the... No, we should just have our own Hall of Fame. We need to have the Above the Ring Hall of Fame. And in good Hall of Fame fashion, we're going to snub the good guys we don't like. So immediately, even though it's not wrestling, Tom Brady, Bill Belichick, immediately, they're in it.
Nope.
Sorry, it stings a little bit still.
Yeah, seriously.
All
I don't
right.
know. But speaking of Brady, for a half second before we jump on, he's put himself in some pretty hot water with wrestling, saying what was it, that it was all cozy and shit like that. So and like Randy's like, I want Tom, come say hi. Well, we'll show you what's up.
Oh
so
no,
like,
what did he call it? He called it cute, right?
Yeah. I'm like, come on, dude.
Nope. See, this is a CBS Sports article. CM Punk, Paul Heyman, and Drew McIntyre call out Tom Brady after a very cute insult about WWE.
Yep.
All right, that's quite the crew to respond. Let's see. Paul, a part-time WWE star. Hey, he's not part-time. Oh wait, that's Logan Paul. All right, never mind. We can ignore that one.
But even Logan Paul's not part-time anymore. He's actually there pretty much every week.
Several high-profile WWE stars and personalities reacted to Brady's statement when approached by Sports Illustrated. Some talent brushed it off. Others went for Brady's throat. What's Tom Brady done? He's thrown a football across the field that was caught by Rob Gronkowski. Hall of Famer Paul Heyman said. Gronk deserves the credit. Belichick and his girlfriend deserve the credit, but Grady gestures no. But Tom Brady, no.
And hey, Gronk's a former, 24/7 champion. So I mean, he's got the titles already. So that's already more credentials than Brady has. So
CM Punk had a more playful response than his longtime mentor and friend. What's wrong with cute? Punk said, looking directly in the camera. I'm cute, Tom. Oh man. Yeah. So McIntyre, I don't get annoyed. It just comes from a place of ignorance, which is fair. I think that's a lot of people. The whole it's fake thing, and it's like, all right, well, I've watched wrestling long enough to know that predetermines the word.
Yes.
No.
Yep. But a steel chair shot to the back is not fake.
Doesn't mean it doesn't hurt.
Right. Exactly.
All right. It is a little half past the hour. I think it's time. All right, let's be real. Half the ATR cast are former 24/7 champions. Who isn't? Mark, all I'm hearing is that we need to institute our own 24/7 title. Now that gets complicated because Ethan could take the title, fly back to where he's from, which is further away than all of us.
Yep. Yeah, I'm the closest one to him, and that's still a long way. I mean, it's great because we're literally up and down the entire East Coast, and technically Ethan's on the eastern coast of Canada. So it's very difficult to change the titles.
All right. So
It just brings me back to like the old hardcore title where I don't remember who it was. I think it was Crash Holly. Would try to like break into people's hotel rooms and bring a ref with him and try to pin them while they were sleeping. Like all that, like the absolute hysterical stuff that used to happen.
maybe we should, you're onto something. Maybe if I'm in the New England area next year, maybe we can put something together for the channel with similar
Great.
But let's hop over. We're 36 minutes past the hour. I sound like a newscaster. 36 minutes past the hour. Let's talk about Elimination Chamber. This weekend, hefty card. 4 matches.
Yeah. So scrolling a mile and a half up in the chat.
The Bruce Prichard treatment. 4 matches.
Right. All right. So we had Lynette put in a question about Elimination Chamber. And obviously, since we're not doing picks, it's not a pick show. Well, we can still do our picks for it. I think it'd be interesting. It's going to be a fun card, anyways.
All right.
Lynette asking who is going to win the men's and women's Elimination Chamber match.
All right. So let's go through I'm gonna go through these two right here. The men's, we got Randy Orton, LA Knight, Cody Rhodes, Javon Evans, Trick Williams, and Jay Uso. And then Tiffany Stratton, Rhea Ripley, Alexa Bliss, Asuka, Kiana James, and Raquel Rodriguez. So, from my understanding, fill me in. Who is the undisputed WWE champion? Is that the CM Punk belt or is that the Gunther belt?
It's
Drew McIntyre.
WWE is Drew McIntyre. Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Whoa,
Yeah.
Wow. Shows how much I've been paying attention. And then the women's champion is who right now?
It is Jade Cargill. So
all right.
Yeah, there's
I'm telling you, you need to catch up.
The women's title. I'm drawing a blank on that. That's Jade
The
Cargill.
world women's title is Stephanie Vacure, and obviously CM Punk is the men's world heavyweight champion. So CM Punk has his match with Finn Balor on this card. And the winner will take on Roman Reigns. And then on this past Monday, Liv Morgan chose Stephanie Vacure to fight at Mania. So the winner of the women's title or the women's Elimination Chamber match will challenge Jade Cargill at WrestleMania
for the WWE women's title.
Yeah. Correct.
Okay.
This is tough.
Well, I know who will not win the men's Elimination Chamber because for some reason WWE hates him for the mistake that he made at Money in the Bank, but LA Knight will not be winning the Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
And please, all right, process of elimination. Jey Uso, please, no. No.
Javon Evans just got there. They're not putting Javon Evans on there.
Exactly. Those two, I mean,
I would love to see him win in main event Mania.
It'd be amazing.
But it's not happening.
Trick Williams would be the wild card here. He seems to be pretty over. Yeah.
He's super over right now on SmackDown, and he's already kind of gotten like in the main event picture, like not necessarily in the title picture yet, but like they put that rocket right on his back, and he's doing phenomenal with it. I was like, when he first showed up with Carmelo Hayes, like I was worried about him. Like once they split, I was like, I don't know if he's gonna be able to do it. But over the past couple of years, the stuff he's been doing with TNA and getting called up to SmackDown, the crowd is absolutely in love with him.
He's bigger than Carmelo Hayes.
Yeah, and that's in a couple years ago. I would have never agreed with that statement, but it is 100% true.
At the same time, it is WrestleMania, so I think as over as he is, maybe it's too soon.
True.
For that, if it was not if it was like Backlash or something, then I could see it.
Right.
But WrestleMania, so that leaves Randy or Cody.
Yep.
Probably Cody. No. Yeah, I'll say Cody.
I was leaning Cody as well because there's other talks. Well, I'll let Sam pick, but there's other things that
Yeah.
I'll bring up also.
I'm really torn because I'm on this. I need to see some new talent move forward. And again, I'm
Mhm.
not like over Cody. You know, if Cody wins, cool. I don't see Randy Orton winning, even though Randy's like their safe bet. If it's Randy and McIntyre, people are going to be ecstatic. Hot take, guys. Randy's like not my favorite one from that time period.
Fair enough.
He's just like he does the job. He's talented, but I've never been like rock hard for Randy. You know what I was? This is gonna sound so weird. That came off so weird. The chat is rubbing off on me. When
The
Randy Orton was
the usual suspect is about to go off.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it's coming.
When he was doing the legend killer thing in his like early 20s, early mid 20s, great. You know, he was such an a-hole. You wanted to hate him, but looking back, you're like, man, that was such a good run.
Yep.
Javon is too young. Although I think you will see him kind of in the similar picture for a while, if not in a few years, he could win it. LA Knight is I want so bad to win this. Like he is outside of what you said, John, he's like in the perfect position to win this.
Yeah. Yeah.
But what you said, that can take a lot out of him. Trick would be like my number 2 because he's again younger. Not everyone needs to be like this 45-year-old veteran winning their first title.
Right.
So Trick would be the next one. Jay, I'm like, I wouldn't be mad, but I wouldn't be,
I would be mad.
Yeah, I know you'd be mad.
Part of me feels the only reason why he's in this match is because of the Bronson Reed injury that happened during the qualifying match, which the vision is cursed at this point, which makes me very sad because I had very high hopes for them even when Seth was in charge. So you have two members. Well, you have Seth out, and now Braun. The Brons are out. So it's literally just Logan Paul and Austin Theory. And apparently now there's all this reworks for whoever this masked man's going to be. So I don't know who that's going to turn into. But I feel like Bronson was supposed to be in this match, and I feel like that would have caused a lot more havoc and a lot more fun. I would have loved to have seen him absolutely destroy people in that elimination chamber. But I feel like Jay was the safe pick because they weren't going to put Grande Americano in there. It just wasn't going to happen.
No.
Because the Americanos are going to have their own match at WrestleMania probably, and I hope it's a mask versus match because it needs to be, because we need Chad Gable to come back. So it just needs to happen. But the news that I had seen is that if it is Cody, they're probably going to put Jacob Fatu in there as well. And then there's talks of putting 2 other people in there. We might have like a fatal 5-way at Mania for the WWE Championship. I think Damian Priest was another name that was tossed around, and possibly Aleister Black coming back to try to screw over Priest again. So that was some names that were tossed around. But I can definitely see Jacob in there because he has problems with both Cody and Drew already. So that makes perfect sense. I don't know where the other 2 would come from if they're going to go the 5-way route. I'd be okay with the triple threat for the WWE. I feel like Mania needs to have, more than just tag teams and one-on-ones. So I like when they have a little bit more variety.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm sure we'll get our 6 to 8 man ladder match for the IC or US title as well, because they have to have some type of gimmick match in there as well.
Yep. So then that leaves what the women's won.
Correct.
Kind of the same. All right. So process of elimination. So Kiana James, too new. Not going to happen. Well, I say new as like,
new to the main roster. Yeah.
Yeah. Raquel Rodriguez, Rochelle. Nah, she's the big diesel figure in Judgment Day. No.
Yep. That's true.
Asuka? Nah, I don't see it. Alexa Bliss, not quite either. I'm not saying these because these. I'm not saying that these because these people are bad. I'm saying it's like it doesn't feel like their time right now. Um, so that leaves either Tiffany Stratton or Rhea Ripley. For me.
I feel like because Kiana got in by being incredibly smart and pinning Charlotte while she was doing the figure eight to Nia Jax.
Yeah.
So that's how she snuck in. But a lot of people had expected it to be Charlotte versus Jade Cargill because they've already had like stare downs and stuff like that. So they're kind of teasing it. They're also kind of doing it with Rhea. So I feel like Rhea would be almost an obvious pick for this as well.
Yeah.
Tiffany just came back from injury, and she's kind of done nothing since she lost the title. I know she got injured as well, but she's not really knee deep in anything that really warrants her winning this match to get a title shot.
I would argue it could be Rhea, Alexa, or Asuka. I mean, for all, again, it could be any of them. We know how this goes.
Mhm.
Every so often, I need a surprise. I need like a surprise to come out of nowhere to just shock me. Like Kiana James and Javon Evans both winning and then both winning the titles. I'd be absolutely shocked. I would not be mad.
That would be wild.
But not happening. But I could see Rhea, Asuka, and Alexa. Asuka, when was the last time Asuka had a title?
Besides the tag title, it's been a minute. She's had the women's title.
Rhea is, I would argue, one of the biggest, if not the biggest name on the women's roster.
Correct.
Like, when I think the women's roster... Side note, we were at our buddy Ken's wedding, and we were, something had come up, and our friend Kat said something about Rhea Ripley. And I'm like, you don't watch wrestling at all. And you know who Rhea is.
Yeah.
She's doing that transcending thing right now.
Yep.
Yeah, she's getting recognized like just by people that, like you said, like don't know a lick about wrestling.
They see all the thirst trap videos that everybody's putting online of her, so that's really where it's coming in, which is hilarious, but it works. I mean, it allows people to do some more research on who she is, and sometimes it leads them. I've seen so many people go, I'm going to watch wrestling now. Hey, watch it for whatever plot you want to have. Just thanks for watching your show, as Adam Pearce would say.
And then Alexa, I could see Alexa. And again, keep me honest here. Has there been tension yet between Alexa and Charlotte?
No, not for a little while.
Right.
People thought maybe there would be something with the Rumble accidental elimination, but they squashed that real quick. So they're still friends that are not friends, type of whatever.
Well, again, I mean, Elimination Chamber. Who knows what could happen there?
True.
She could get involved. We could have two outcomes here. We could have shenanigans that lead to Alexa Charlotte at Mania.
True.
Or Alexa wins and she could lose that title shot because Charlotte came out and that wasn't supposed to be Alexa. That was supposed to be Charlotte.
Yep.
So I feel, I mean, either one of those ways would be pretty sweet. Probably, I'm going to stick with Rhea and Alexa, if I'm being honest.
Yep.
I can't narrow it down. I know Ethan would be here and he'd give us his, very thorough breakdown.
I'm sure he's gonna, whenever he gets back from his hockey tonight, I'm sure he'll watch this and be like, "Come on, guys, they're right. The obvious answers are right there."
Well, clearly this is what's gonna happen, and he's gonna be right, and we're gonna be like, "What the hell?"
I know. God.
All right, let's look at these last two matches. Becky Lynch taking on AJ Lee for the Women's Intercontinental title, and CM Punk taking on Finn Balor for the World Heavyweight Championship. CM Punk's winning. I want Finn Balor to have a title in this company so bad ever since he lost it after injury against Seth Rollins years ago.
Yep.
But I think
decade since he lost that, since he had to give up the Universal title, a decade.
Mm-hmm.
Where is it gone? Where is this time gone?
So, to me, the money match right now that's selling me on Mania, despite everything else we've talked about last week, how we're just like, it's kind of the build-up's been all right. Punk and Roman, and that's a weird thing to say still in 2026. Like, oh yeah, I'm excited to see Roman Reigns once again main event WrestleMania, but this time against CM Punk for the title.
Right.
CM Punk's winning that and holding that. I don't know what happens at Mania.
Is there a world where Finn wins by shenanigans and Punk gets his rematch with Roman as well at Mania? How would it make sense?
It would allow CM Punk to win the title in the main event.
True. I'm with you though. Like, I want Finn to win. I'm so happy that they're pushing him. They've given him his classic version of his theme song back, which I saw that was only supposed to be a one night thing. And then with how everybody responded to it, they're pretty much going to keep it now as his real theme. Yep. He says he loves his Judgment Day version of it, but he's like, this one just has more. There's more of a connection with the crowd, and like he's turning face, so you need to have his reaction, the timing, and everybody doing the woes and all this stuff. So yeah, it just needs to happen.
Yeah, it'll be CM Punk for sure.
Yeah,
I think.
And then the other one here, Becky and AJ. Have they both been champions aside each other?
AJ hasn't been a champion for 11
since the
years.
Divas title.
She was Divas champion. Yeah, she's never won a singles title in this era. Yeah. No, that's right. We have to call everything an era. So I'm sure Elimination Chamber will be yet another new era for WWE. So
I've lost track of how many new eras.
There's too many eras.
It was a PG era, and then there was the new era, and then
the reality era was another one. Yeah,
new era. We're on new era 115.
Yep.
New era version 3.5 beta.
That's right. Somewhere Matt Hardy's like.
But no, sorry. What I meant was, when they both were in the company the first time, did they both hold titles at the same time together?
They weren't in this company at the same time.
Right.
Becky came up literal months after AJ had left.
Yep.
So they were never on there at the same time.
Sorry, I meant Punk and AJ.
Oh, Punk and AJ.
Oh, probably.
Possibly, yeah. I know he had his 434-day run as champion, but I don't remember if AJ was Divas champion at that time.
I'm kind of curious. I'm gonna have to Google this
because that was also during the time where she was like making out with half the male roster.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm like, they probably had gold at the same time, but I don't think they were together.
Right? Yeah, they weren't doing things on the screen together.
Yeah. So what I'm getting at here is, these two, you allow AJ to win this title, and then they have a moment at the end. Because I mean, in reality, this is something, and I know I was out of the loop for a while, so there's a whole bunch of wrestling that I didn't watch, but it would give them a moment to have a moment as a couple with singles titles.
Yep.
And everyone will go home happy.
And I believe AJ said she's going to be wrestling at Mania. So if she's champion, then, it's a perfect opportunity for her to either drop the title to an up-and-comer, or Becky finds a way to win the title for the third time.
I feel like, I might as well give it to AJ. I think that they had a segment on Raw. I don't know if it was this past week or the other week before, and it was abysmal. Oh my God. Like the acting of it was horrible. I said, but it made me not very excited for this. Yeah.
Becky's in her dementia era at the moment, so
might as well put it on AJ. I would say.
All right. I think that the good thing this isn't a pick show, because that would have been an easy choice.
Yeah.
We'd be like, all right, well, we're not even
definitely would have been the free one of the bingo card. So
everyone's winning this show.
Yeah, so, pretty much.
Scott, as we have 5 minutes before 8 o'clock, Want to do one more pack?
Sure.
Another pack?
Let's see what we got here. Actually, we'll do another WCW one. That one's always fun. Nice and simple. We'll pick the Goldberg pack so Bret Hart can get upset in the comments because that's how this works.
I used to like watching ATR's War, but then they mentioned Bill's name, and boy, do I hate Bill Goldberg.
Bill Goldberg.
Oh.
Bill Goldberg was so angry that AJ Styles got the better retirement treatment.
Right. Oh my god. This is great. All right, so this is the Goldberg like cover pack. The first thing they always give a sticker in this. The first sticker is Bret Hart. We can't make this shit up, guys. This is great. Oh my god. All right, the next card is NWO Kurt Hennig, Mr. Perfect.
Perfect. All right.
Lord, I miss him. He was so much fun to watch.
He was perfect.
Yes, sir. Oh, we guess we're going a lot of NWO today. We got NWO Stevie Ray. And our last one, actually, is it? Yeah. No, there's two of them. They were kind of stuck. This is an Icons one, which is a new thing I haven't seen yet. Roddy Piper.
Oh wow! All right.
Oh wow! All right.
And then, oh wow, Steve McMichael, Four Horsemen.
Wow.
Recently just passed away.
R.I.P.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. Yeah. So yeah, I got plenty more packs. I have like 3 or 4 boxes of packs that I have yet to open. So there'll definitely be more videos, more stuff down the road. But yeah. And also it's funny because I've looked up, I was able to find a website to look up these old cards, and some of them like mint, like a 10.0 grade, they're pretty damn expensive. So I'm like, ooh, let's not touch these very much.
You're gonna get a binder and put them in the.
I have one. So all the cards I've opened, I've already put them in binders. But yeah, so we'll see what happens. But at some point, I'd like to start getting some cards graded. I think that'd be kind of cool. It's expensive to do from what I saw, but should be fun. Especially finding that treasure trove from the late 90s, just out in the middle of random spots in Vermont. Like really, like thank you. 50 cents
to go though.
The pack, huh?
That's where to go though, because when I'm going to use video games for an example. I collect a lot of retro consoles and games and whatnot. And at least in the state of Rhode Island, by the time I had moved, nobody had anything. So like it was all, how many copies of NFL Blitz 2003 do you want?
Right.
It was just a bunch of stuff that nobody wanted. It was all sports games or.
It's a good game.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
It is a great game, but like I don't need 40 copies of it for my GameCube.
Right. Yeah.
So using that as an example, and those are the best ones because what they have is what they have, and not many people are going in and out of there.
Yep.
Yeah. So speaking of WCW, we didn't address this last show, and I'm upset that Ethan can't come and defend himself. So I'm assuming all of you had listened to my short 16-minute episode / promo called Wolfpack Party of One.
We were all ready to shit on Meltzer, and we completely forgot about your solo episode shitting on the rest of us.
It was my plan all along.
Executed to perfection, sir. Oh man, yeah. It's just I know. It was funny that like the circumstances. Like I think I wasn't feeling well. I think Ethan was out on hockey, and I think John was also. I don't remember what he was doing. So we'll say he's on assignment because that's the fun thing we like to say when people aren't here. So Sam just decides to get on and just talks smack for 15 minutes through all 3 of us. I'm like, damn it.
If this was a non-wrestling show, I think that would be taken. It would be taken as a Sam's gone off the rails and he couldn't bitch to these guys to their faces. But luckily, as wrestling fans, I knew the moment you guys heard what I was saying, you're like, it's a shoot.
I was dying. I loved it. I was like, oh, this is great.
So
man.
I've decided from now on, if nobody can join me on a show, I'm going to do the same thing.
Do it.
Over.
Do it up.
Over and over again. Yeah. So, all right. So
before we move on,
yeah,
Mark had another interesting thing. This is good for me. Geechee Gorge in Vermont. I need to go take a look at this because I do love me some old trading cards, and if I could find boxes of stuff, that would be good. There was one actually next to where Mark lives. It was an old retro store. It had like literally everything, like comic books to like action figures to literally anything you can think of. And the only thing they didn't have was boxes of old wrestling cards. That was the one thing I wanted. They had other wrestling stuff, but they didn't have any of those. So I was so sad. But yeah, if I can find places that have them and they're relatively cheap, I will definitely grab them because I'm definitely back into my card collecting era, I guess, if we're going to continue on that route. So thank you, Mark.
Do they still... We're going to go on a little tangent here. Do they still have... is it the time capsule? John? In the work mall?
Oh, I have no idea.
Because that's one that has a lot of cards.
Yeah, I don't even know. It's been a while.
All right. I might have to, yeah. Scott, if I come across anything, I'll let you know. Oh, I might just, ask you for... Now I got your address. You'll just have random boxes showing up.
Oh, no.
It's like, oh, no, he's really committed to the bit now, guys.
I'll have to... Hey, it allows me to do an unboxing video. Although that could be very interesting. Do not give your brother my address, please.
Oh, no. He's not. He's not.
We will not be doing any unboxings from him. No, thank you. No, thank you. I don't want to get completely canceled forever. Forever.
Oh, man. This was something that did come up, and Ethan's going to yell at us if we don't talk about it. So I will quickly. It was just announced that at the Paragon in Vegas, Mania weekend, Palms Slam Fest to take place, 15th to the 18th. It's going to include Stardom, Maple Leaf Pro, CMLL, Hog, and then TJPW.
It's run by Mojo Rawley, or the wrestler that used to be Mojo Rawley, which I thought was fantastic.
That's pretty solid. I said Paragon. That's the talent group. It's at the Palms Casino Resort.
Okay.
This isn't the venue we went to go see GCW at, was it?
Ooh. Maybe. I don't know. That was a very long day. Oh, we lost.
John's like, I ain't talking about no GCW.
John's had enough. Yeah.
No garbage championship wrestling talk here.
God, what was it when we went that night, Sam? Like, what was it? Ellie? Was it Ellie Catch? Was literally slicing somebody's chest open?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Like, main event was John Morrison.
Yep. And we had to leave because we were so dead.
Hold on. 2022. Nope, that was at Silver Nugget Casino.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Definitely an old school casino.
So, sorry, Ethan, but we're going to have to continue to clone you. Man, they're running like a full couple of days worth of stuff.
Yeah.
Thursday, 11:11. Friday, 11:30 to 11:30. Wait a minute. What about the other 2 days? Oh, wait a minute. Are they not doing? I don't know. Yeah.
But speaking of things that are not on WrestleMania weekend anymore, Stand and Deliver, announced by Shawn Michaels, I believe it was yesterday or the day before, that he Stand and Deliver will now be, I believe, in St. Louis, Missouri on the 4th of April.
It will either be standing or delivering WrestleMania weekend.
That's right. Which honestly, it's about time they separate that, because Stand and Deliver has been a phenomenal show to watch every time. And it sucks when it has to be at like 10 a.m. or when we're, at least when we're in Philly, it was I think it was 10 or 11 o'clock. But being in Vegas, it's probably going to have to be like an 8 a.m. show to get enough people to be able to go to the stadium. I thought I saw something. I don't want to add to the rumor if it's not true, but I saw something that they possibly were moving up night 2 to a 2:30 local start time. So
I think I saw that. Yep.
Okay. All right. So I'm not crazy on that. Okay, good. I like that. That's great. Started a little bit earlier. That's fine. Gives us more time on Sunday night to not have to be up so late, because it's going to be a long night. Mania is always their longest pay-per-views.
Yep.
Regardless.
Yeah. And especially on a Sunday, that's my biggest gripe. Especially when AEW does them and we're doing a main event 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning. And
Correct.
I'm like, bro, I gotta go to work.
Yep.
And I'm tired. I'm tired, boss.
I'm tired, Grandpa.
Yeah.
That's too damn bad.
Two very different movies.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Those are the ones we quote all the time.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm excited that they're gonna separate them. Stand and Deliver. Actually, Scott and I's first wrestling show we went to was Takeover Orlando in 2017.
Yep.
So, they've always put on a great show. It's always been one of their highlight shows.
Mm-hmm. It is their WrestleMania, so it makes perfect sense. I'm glad that they're giving it time to breathe, and it's also giving night 1 time to breathe. So it works.
Yeah. And before that, we only have, actually, is that next week? 2 weeks? It is next week. Vengeance Day. Is that a Saturday? Hold on.
It is. Yeah, it's a Saturday pay-per-view.
They're holding it at the Performance Center?
Yeah.
And nobody told me? That's a Saturday. I can go out on a Saturday.
That's true. So, yeah. So next week, we'll have a pick show for that. I don't know if we're doing it rapid style or if we're going to just have an actual conversation about it, but we'll see.
Well, it's also another heavy card. Rough 3 matches so far.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. What else do we got? Anything else we want to touch on?
The AAA news that came out recently too.
I opened that up and I don't know where it went. I try to do this ahead of time, guys. I try to make sure I have a bunch of links so I can go through boop, 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 boop. And I don't know what happened. It disappeared. So recently announced a AAA. I almost said AAA.
Yeah.
I can't read.
Well, if you'd be like Chelsea Green and just be like,
Yeah. AAA is coming to the US and is filming for the first time under their own WWE ownership in April. Looking at the Fightful article, that was unless you have a subscription. So let's go to the Handy Dandy X account. Let's see what somebody might have leaked about it.
Yeah, because we all know that ends up happening. But no, that's cool that they're coming out of Mexico. They're doing stuff in the States, getting more brand exposure, which is good. The YouTube shows that they've been putting on, from what I hear, have been really good. I'm a little behind. I think I've only watched like the first 2, but I need to eventually catch up. But I have a lot of things I have to catch up on. As Mark has prominently mentioned in the chats, that if I caught up, I'd know a lot of things that were happening. I'm currently in October of last year, which is where my AEW stuff is currently. I actually was able to watch the 6th anniversary Dynamite episode last night, so that was fun.
Yay, catching up.
I know, right? Get to see Andrade appear before he disappears for 5 months and then comes back. So it's like I can just delete everything and be watching normal. Be like, oh, Andrade's back again. It's like he never left. But slowly but surely, just lots of stuff going on in life. Behind on a lot of wrestling. So,
Yep, I feel that. I don't. You'll probably see shorts from me this week because there's not much out there. I would be curious. They should do a tour of the states. Do we know, just out of curiosity, is AAA doing a weekly show?
I believe so, but I don't think it's on like WWE's YouTube because they have their like super shows every once in a while. But I think it's just kind of guessing. I think they have a weekly show that happens. But if not, then they're doing their super shows, I think once a month, once every 2 months, I believe. But I feel like they are doing more things other than that.
The schedule has been set. Oh, this was from a month ago. Schedule's been set for the WWE AAA weekly show on Fox in Mexico.
That's right. I forgot they captured a TV deal with Fox in Mexico. Mm-hmm. That's
one live show every 3 weeks with tips episodes airing in between.
Oh, there you go.
So if it's going to be in Mexico, what are we getting?
Don't know.
Because here's the thing.
Maybe they're just maybe they're taping the first couple ones up here and then going back to Mexico.
Yeah, but if you're trying to introduce people to AAA, if there's any fans I know willing to watch everything under the sun of the product, it's wrestling fans.
Right.
Particularly wrestling fans like Ethan, who are going to cover everything because they love it. And that's great. So I'm curious as to where that is going to, where they're going to have access.
I wonder if they'll put it on YouTube after the fact. I don't know. Like maybe they might have that delay. You know how like if you're in the States, you go on Netflix, you can see the old library for WWE stuff. But if you want to watch like Raw or SmackDown, it's a month behind. So like during the Olympics, when SmackDown went to Sci-Fi, my cable provider decided that Sci-Fi is now on a different tier. So I lost my access to Sci-Fi. So I haven't watched SmackDown the last 2 weeks. But I've been able to keep up thanks to the internet. So that's fine. But when I went on to Netflix to look, it was showing shows for mid-January. And John left again. He's tired of it. He's tired of us, Sam.
I'm over it.
Me again? That's twice now. It's supposed to be one of you two.
And here's another thing for Elimination Chamber. I don't know if you guys have paid attention to the kind of running gag that's been happening between Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis. What's in the box? There's the mysterious box that showed up, I think, a couple weeks ago on Raw. It says, do not open until 2/28/26, which obviously is the Elimination Chamber.
Oh, this is Adam. This is my friend Adam.
Oh.
Yeah, I see A Dorf. Yeah, what's in the box? We've been talking about this.
So I saw an article, I think it was a day or so ago, that right now the leading, like I think there's actual Vegas like odds on this, and the leading person right now is oh my god, Danhausen.
Oh yes,
because there was interest in him being in the company.
Yeah.
So I think that could be interesting. Obviously, the whole what's in the egg thing that happened so many years ago with Gobbledygooker. I guess now we're doing this with Danhausen, and we're all going to get cursed, or who knows? Well, this is a deep cut. This is a deep cut for Mark. It's the Spirit Squad. Makes perfect sense.
I had said it was the puppy when the Undertaker opened that box.
Oh, yeah. Remember the DDP thing too, when he was stalking the wife? I think he was in one of those big giant boxes too at one point.
Yeah.
God.
We'll find out what is in that box.
Yep.
I know
But
it's
it
not-
wouldn't surprise me if it was the debut of Danhausen.
Chris Jericho is still on the AEW roster, so it will probably not be him.
No, he's not going anywhere with that injury or
That
or
frozen
whatever.
contract.
The frozen contract, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Danhausen makes the most sense, especially because he's close friends with CM Punk and they're in Chicago.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to say it's the worst kept secret because for all we know, maybe it's not. Maybe Danhausen still hold on. Is Danhausen's photo still on the AEW website?
Let's find out.
I don't believe it is anymore.
We got to make sure. We can't.
I know
I'm
it's
pretty
true.
sure he's gone. Well, let's see. He people never leave, so if you're let go by Tony Khan, that's a big deal.
Oh, he is on the website.
Oh, he is. Oh, he is still there.
Interesting.
When is his contract up?
I don't know.
I thought it was done.
Too. I actually thought it was, yeah.
Hold on. Let's see.
Because they've been real good about removing people because they removed Powerhouse real quick.
Well, I think once they show up on TV, it's like, oh, we need to make sure they're off.
Right.
Somebody could be getting a little lazy. It's like, oh, I should probably take that down. Yeah. Danhausen AEW contract status. Fightful Select has confirmed that Danhausen's contract will expire in February of 2026, at least per AEW sources.
Watch it expire on the 27th. because of the leap year, he'll be there.
It expires February 29th, which does not happen this year, so it can't expire.
Add an extra 3 years. Sorry, stuck here. Mark also making a good point. Jericho going back on tour again with Fozzy, so
yeah,
back on the Jericho cruise.
Yeah, I think that's the thing with Jericho. I mean, he has his band, and I think WWE is definitely, love him or hate him, I think they're looking for some more long-term talent. Jericho comes back. He's probably going to do his thing. Gunther's going to retire him.
Yep.
He'll be another one. You could have Jericho, Cena, Batista, Randy Orton all retire at once. But yeah, again, that's the thing, give or take. I don't know. Maybe this is a question for Mark. Because I'd love to hear his thoughts live. Because I feel like we never have these conversations live. What are your thoughts? Do you think in situations like this, it has gotten better in regards to WWE with talent being able to, stay and do their own thing, leave? Or do you think it's worse than under Vince?
I feel like I already know what his answer is going to be.
I just want to see his answer.
While we wait for his response, Adam coming up with another interesting question. Who do we think
Black
is
Scorpion?
Man behind the mask. Yes. When you said Black Scorpion, I thought about it for a second. I'm like, I see it. I saw something on. Oh God. Just quick, we'll go back to the other one. So Mark's ready. I saw a thing on X last night where Karrion Kross was actually having an interview, and he got a random text from Paul Heyman.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, he didn't say what it was about and whatnot, but the fact that the interviewer was like almost stunned to complete silence looking at it. So it could be, I don't know. That's the weird thing, because it's been very anti-Vision, but now with, half the Vision out, They kind of have to do
He,
something.
he succeeded.
So I don't know. I'd love to have Cross back. I know that he's been booked terribly both times he's been there. So it's like they don't know what to do with him, but I don't know. I feel like he could have done something real well when he was there. So I don't know. But a lot of people thinking it's Seth, which would make sense. Obviously,
Yeah.
he's still technically injured, but they can play it off as it could be anybody for months until Seth's available to come back. So I don't know. But I think probably the odds-on favorite would be Seth at this point. But I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm done rambling. And then we got Mark's answer, so we'll go to that afterwards.
An interesting choice would be Adam Pearce.
I've seen that tossed around too. I think that would be absolutely crazy as well.
Yep, there you just said it. Yep, just mentioned it.
Yep.
I don't know. I have a feeling it could be. Hold on, let me double check. Give me a second.
I still want Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis to have a match at like Survivor Series or even Mania, but that needs to be a great way to get it to actually come to fruition. But both of those guys can still go. So I think it'd be great within like the next year or so. I think it would be perfect. You'd find a way to make the Raw versus SmackDown thing so physical that the GMs have to get involved and whatnot. I don't know. I feel like there's a way to get this to work and have those two have like a last hurrah type thing, because I dabbled in Adam Pearce's matches when he was still in the indies, but I would love to see him have the opportunity to shine like that on like a WWE stage. And of course, Nick Aldis, I've watched Nick Aldis wrestle for 20 something years. So both in TNA and in NWA. So I know what he's all about.
It's hard to say. I haven't really been following, but I don't think I've seen Ludwig Kaiser on TV in a while.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, I don't know what he's been doing.
I don't know. He recently started dating a Latina, so I think he's had a little bit of, I don't know, a little bit of I'm trying to find the words here. A little bit of I don't know. A little bit of a character change, I guess you could say. So you gotta rebound from Tiffany Stratton in some way, I guess. So
wait a minute, hold up. You need to reiterate that statement.
Yeah, that Kaiser and Stratton are no longer together.
When did they split? Weren't they married?
No, they split a while ago.
They split a while ago. She's already moved on to somebody else, and so is he. So,
wow, yeah. I did not realize that.
Yeah, now we're turning into a soap opera a little bit. So,
all right, let's go to Mark's comment and wrap things up here. Mark says it's hard to say. I think there might be exceptions, especially if there's a partnership to be had or it's a marketing opportunity for a specific person in his next one. But I think TKO is going to be even more protective broadly. That makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
But like looking at like, okay, if we look at Vince and we understand Vince, okay, without getting into like top down quickly, we could argue the same thing for Vince, though, where he didn't want people work. He wanted to protect his business, signed people, and kept them signed. And then didn't let him do certain things unless it was under the WWE brand. I guess my question would be, how is that different to what TKO is doing? You think it's more of a, I don't want to say moral stance, but more of a, they have a different, like, we want to actually protect the brand? Not in the way that Vince did. It was like, it's only me, brother, and, I'm going to make people puke and fart because it's funny.
Yeah. Vince, at least from, I'll let obviously Mark have his say too, but at least from my opinion, Vince lived in his own bubble. And if his characters didn't come from his bubble, they didn't matter. They don't care how big they were. Like, look what he did to all the WCW guys that were actually pretty decent. Obviously there's a few exceptions to the rule here, but the majority of them, they all got flushed away. They all left. They're all gone. But TKO, I feel, at least is allowing wrestling fans to understand that, they're not going to talk AEW, obviously, because that's their biggest competitor. Everybody thinks TNA is pretty much going to get bought by WWE if they haven't already. And they'll acknowledge stuff that happens in New Japan. That's pretty much the extent of what they do. Like, obviously now they're also including stuff in Mexico and AAA because they bought AAA. So they're expanding their universe, being able to talk about the different brands. But I don't know, until we're actually able to have a true forbidden door type of thing where AEW and WWE can have a show together, I still feel like they're gonna protect what they have.
Yep.
All right. And he gave me a response, given what I've seen so far, which is less than you guys. I think TKO will do what makes them the most money in the short term.
That's 100% correct.
Mm-hmm. That's an accurate assessment. All right. Last one, and then we are going to sign off, guys. Once again, do you guys know what happened to Bronson Reed's arm? Did he tear his bicep?
I believe that was the injury that they said it was. I saw something about how long it would possibly be. I know it's going to be months, so I'm pretty sure he's going to miss Mania, which is sad because he just came back from, I believe, his ankle injury that he did from War Games before. So he hasn't been around for that long. He's injured again. So obviously hoping for a speedy recovery. Sam and I have been huge fans of Bronson Reed. He's been our resident thick boy when he was in NXT. So love what he does. I want him to be around forever. So speedy recovery for Bronson. But this reminds me a lot of early Evolution, because in the beginning of Evolution, like 3/4 of Evolution got injured too at some point. So they kind of were cursed in that first year. So I'm hoping they kind of do the same thing here. Once everybody comes back, they have a phenomenal run and they go to town. I'm very interested in what happens once Seth comes back, because I was really enjoying Seth being the leader of the Vision. And now that he's obviously gone from the Vision, I want to see what they do with him next.
All right. Well, guys, it's been great. It's been fun. Elimination Chamber this weekend. Next month, keep an eye out for our next live show. John, before we sign off, why don't you tell people where they can find us at?
You can find me on X at John the Statman. And Sam and I are also, sorry, I'm laughing from something earlier. Sam and I also doing the Review Realm. We're also doing the Review Realm. Sam and I album reviews every week. If you search for us, it'll come right up. That's all I got.
I don't know what I missed, but we'll have to talk about it off.
John, broke John, yeah. Besides his internet connection.
All right.
Something Scott, else continued to break John.
Scott, where can they find you at?
You can find me at Scotty J Stream, pretty much all streaming platforms. With WWE 2K26 early access coming out next Friday, I'm going to be diving into that. And we'll probably have a nice little short review on it. And also a shout out to all my Warcraft fans out there. Midnight early access has started as of 2.5 hours ago. So I'm sure it's buggy as hell, but still have fun out there, guys. And I'll be in there pretty soon.
And you can find me at ZeroSobe Official on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. We have a Discord. Are you still going, John?
No, I'm good.
Okay. I'm doing both the Review Realm and the Above the Ring TikTok. So follow those. We're almost at 700 for our TikTok account. We're on all streaming platforms. If you can find us on there, put your, leave a comment, leave a review. Tell people why Above the Ring and Bedlam Media is the podcast of your choosing and why they should listen to us as well. That's a lot to say. Guys, thank you so much for listening. We're out of time. And as always, do not forget to